The Black Excellence and Abundance Channel.
In this video presentation, we will be looking at more undeniable proof that blacks were in America first, part 2. There is so much evidence that proves that black people were on these shores long before what we believe or what we have been taught. We just got here in 1619. That is not the truth. As a matter of fact, it's not even close to being the truth. According to renowned American historian and linguist Leo Weiner of Howard University, one of the strongest pieces of evidence to support the fact that black people sailed to America before Christopher Columbus was a journal entry from Columbus himself. In Weiner's book, Africa and the Discovery of America, he explains that Columbus noted in his journal that the Native Americans confirmed black-skinned people had come from the southeast in boats trading in gold-tipped spears. The discovery of American narcotics in Egyptian mummies has left some historians amazed. Recently, archaeologists discovered the presence of narcotics only known to be derived from American plants in ancient Egyptian mummies. These substances included South American cocaine from erythroxylon, a nicotine from Nicotiana tabacum. German toxicologist Svelta Balabanova reported the findings, which suggested that such compounds made their way to Africa through transatlantic trade that would predate Columbus' arrival by thousands of years. There have been many instances of archaeologists discovering skulls and skeletons that they believed clearly belonged to people of African descent. Polish professor Andrzej Wersinski revealed the discovery of African skulls at Olmec sites in Tlatelolco, Cerro de las Mesas, and Monte Alban. Even more ancient African skulls that would clearly predate Columbus' arrival in the Americas were discovered throughout Central America and South America, with some even being unearthed in what is now California. Now, this may be shocking for some, but Christopher Columbus wasn't the only European explorer who made note of an African presence in the Americas upon his arrival. Historians revealed that at least a dozen other explorers, including Vasco Núñez de Balboa, also made record of seeing Negroes when they reached the New World. The accounts match up with the reports from the natives in Mexico. Nicolás León, an eminent Mexican authority, recorded the oral traditions of his people and ultimately kept track of a key piece of evidence that black people made it to the New World far before their European counterparts. His reports revealed accounts from natives saying the oldest inhabitants of Mexico were blacks. The existence of blacks and giants is commonly believed by nearly all the races of our cell, and in their various language, they had words to designate them. For years, Eurocentric archaeologists have all but ignored the discovery of artifacts from ancient Egypt being discovered in the Americas. According to Dr. David Imhotep, the author behind the book The First Americans Were Africans, Documented Evidence, Egyptian artifacts found across North America, from the Algonquin writings on the east coast to the artifacts and Egyptian place names in the Grand Canyon, are all signs of an early arrival to the Americas by Africans. In fact, in 445 BC, the Greek historian Herodotus wrote of King Ramesses III leading a team of Africans at sea with astonishing seafaring and navigational skills. Together, both accounts would point to Africans sailing to the New World before Columbus. Some people insist that Africans couldn't have made it to the New World. First, simply because they didn't have the skills and resources to sail across the Atlantic. As it turns out, that's completely false. Historians have discovered evidence that suggests Africans were mastered at building ships and that this was actually a part of their tradition. Shipbuilding and sailing is over 20,000 years old in the Sahara, if you could believe that. And the cave wall paintings of ancient ships were displayed in National Geographic magazine years ago. You see, while the Sahara is a desert today, in the past it was a lake. It was filled, it was wet, and it was fertile. And this is well documented. African ships often crossed these large lakes to get from place to place and traded with other African civilizations along the way. After expanding their trade to the Americas, they certainly made their mark, as things like African native cotton was soon being discovered all across North America. Now, with those shipbuilding skills and the navigational skills that were noted by other historians at that time, the myth that Africans wouldn't have been able to sail to the New World becomes officially debunked. Dr. Julian Whitewright, a maritime archaeologist at the University of Southampton, explained the voyage from Africa on ancient ships was quite a plausible undertaking, based on the capabilities of the vessel of the period and the historical material stating it took place. According to Paul Alfred Barton, the author of A History of the African Omens, Black Civilization of America from Prehistoric Times to the Present Era, ancient kingdoms in West Africa have a long history of trade by sail, which made it all the more likely that they eventually expanded their trade to the Americas. We would also like to point out that many people believe that black people were here first and that we did not in fact come in on slave ships. Well, we think that two things could be true at the same time. Based on our research and our study, we show that approximately 500,000 Africans did in fact land on the shores of the United States of America, whereas the majority went to the Caribbean and the like. And our research further shows that the majority of black people in the country today are the ancestors of people who were here before the transatlantic slave trade. And in fact, they are not the descendants of people who actually came in on and during the slave trade. So in essence, it's the same people, same DNA who were here, and the same people, same DNA who arrived on the transatlantic slave trade. That's another subject that we will be exploring and doing a video on in the near future. The Black Excellence and Abundance channel, where Black history is every day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember,